Hello everybody, my name is Miguel. Welcome back to Lucid9. Alright, so we just had a not random, but just an unexpected moment just happened. And here we are. Rui just gave us a kiss on the cheek, and she's saying thank you. Now let's see what Yama has to say before he ruins his whole damn moment. Oh, well, looks like I didn't have time to say anything. She turns and darts off to the rest of the group. For a moment, I can only stand there, mind completely blank. Hand against my cheek. Why? Why would she do something like that? Why? Hey, Cap, if you're done standing around like a goof, we're ready. I force myself out of my stupor and amble over to the rest of the group, plastering a fake smile on my face. This first, think later. Where should we go next? Let's see. Well, I did the tower drop with Masato, the Ferris wheel with all the other guys, and let's see. I don't know. Laser tag has been catching my eye for a while, so I'm gonna do laser tag. A large dome at the corner of the map catches my eye. I tap it for more details. Ultimate Laser Tag Center, brought to you by Lemonskate Site Code. Lemonskate Site Code. Oh, Site Code. I read that wrong. Lemonskate Site Code. That's the glasses, right? They're goggles with interactive displays. It gives you stats and targeting cursors and a minimap, so it feels like you're in a video game. Really? Yeah, we gotta give it a try. And he races off to the laser center without a second glance. I guess we're going there. Thankfully, no one seems to have any objections. We arrive at the attraction without any interruptions. We're admitted fairly quickly, maybe because our group is large enough to single-handedly create a game. Okay, we need 2 team captains. Hell yeah, anyone who wants to win, join me. We'll be great not only at shooting stuff, but solving stuff. Join the Harvard Assassination Crew today. Harvard Assassination Crew? What kind of name is that? Well, that's one team captain. Who shall dare contest him? He bellows this out like an announcer of some twisted reality show. I will. It's preferable to following an incompetent leader. It's preferable to following an incompetent leader. Her enthusiasm is overwhelming. Well, the captains have been selected, so without further ado, it's time to start the draft. Captain Kirigane, you may pick your first minion. Rui. Well, that was quick. I get where he's coming from. Rui's thoughtful, but can be quick on her feet. She'd be a great selection. Good selection. At the same time, I don't see the rush to pick her first. It's not like Elizabeth would even select her. A fair choice. Hayata is now aligned with the Harvard Assassination Crew. Captain Oshiro, it's your turn. You can pick 2 minions as per drafting rules. Official drafting rules for laser tag? It can't hurt. Oshiro, the clock's ticking. Elizabeth rolls her eyes but glances between the remaining participants. Misaki. That's Kazuhaya for the Resistance. We're the Resistance. What? Why the Resistance? I've always wanted to be part of the Resistance. Kazuhaya has joined the Resistance. We're not the Resistance, but I want to be part of the Resistance. It's not up to me to choose whether you're in the Resistance or not. So it is the Resistance. We're not a Resistance. Thankfully, the clamor dies down when Yahiko raises a hand. You may pick 1 more minion unless you wish to give up your advantage. Never. Considering that getting her here was akin to pulling teeth, she's remarkably engaged in all the activities. I choose. Her eyes pass over Akira and flinch at Yahiko. For a few seconds, they flicker between me and Eri. Yama, get over here. Everyone falls to silence for a long moment. All that can be heard is the faint hum of the overhead lights. You're serious? What? You weren't exactly happy with Yama earlier today. Can't I pick who I want? I'm the captain. You want him? Not like that. I just want to win. Is that so wrong? No, nothing wrong at all. Guess we better get this show on the road, eh, folks? Captain Kirigane, your selection. You may choose 2 minions. Well, ain't you playing? That I am. come on over to the Harvard assassination crew. Sweet! As Ahiko skips on over, Rui gestures widely to Masato, tiptoeing to whisper in his ear. After a brief second, he nods. And the second one is Eri. Eri only blinks for a moment, but at Rui's friendly wave, she travels to Masato's group, which places Karube on the Resistance by default. It's not the Resistance. So, without further ado, let's get this game underway. Don your gear, players. We'll see you on the fields of justice. With that, Masato leads his group to snatch up lightweight vests and goggles and dash into the black room. Elizabeth gathers us in a tight circle, her expression unreadable. Right. I believe it would be optimal efficiency to place 2 members on assault, one on defense and one as an intermediary. Misaki, what do you think of defense? Probably because she trusts Misaki the most. Excellent idea. Good. Yama and I shall lead assault, probably because she wants to keep an eye on me. Akira, leave it to me, top tier intermediary coming right up. What does an intermediary do? As we have 2 members on assault, you'll mainly be covering for Misaki. However, Misaki will generally stay in one location while you run patrols. Gotcha. Mediocre class intermediary coming right up. Elizabeth clearly ignores this. Instead, she heads to the rack, tossing vests and goggles at us. Jeez, I can't read. Yama. Yes, Your Highness. Don't be stupid. Yes, Your Highness. Although that might prove to be too difficult for you. I feel inspired already. Right, we've wasted enough time. Let's go. Wait, what about the team chant? We don't need one. She moves to the door, but Akira tugs on her elbow. We can't start a war without a chant. It would be a travesty. Apparently, it would be a travesty if we used our time efficiently. Oh, come on. Team bonding... Oh, come on. Team bonding is just as important as tactics and individual skill. Fine, but make it quick. Akira salutes her with a cheery wink and gathers us into a huddle. She speaks breathlessly, her eyes shining with enthusiasm. A day may come when the courage of men fails. Quickly, I said. Blah, 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 blah. This day, we fight! Long live the resistance! Ah, heck, why not? Long live the resistance! Let's go, go, go! Deploy, deploy, deploy! Oh, wow. We bolt into the dark room in our vests. As we're swallowed in blackness, I slip it. Wow, this is pretty cool. Wow. Anyway, I slip my goggles over my eyes. The interface immediately switches on, providing me with slick infographics and motion cursors. In the upper left, I see team portraits that line up as each member speaks. Looks like site code comes with comms. There's also a map, health count, ammo count, and location modifier, except I'm missing a bullet. I'm missing a bullet? Oh, yeah, look. He's got 9. Meh, whatever, doesn't matter. Whoa. These are stunning. Oh, I've got to get me one of these. Presently, a hum washes over the large chamber, and the walls come to live with the images of the Academy cafeteria. Whoa. Whoa, a live simulation? Lemonscape is truly ahead of their time. Let's get to our positions. Despite her brusque words, her face is open in wonder. Seems like she's also a fan. As we head to our place, the intercom cuts in with a mechanical-sounding female voice. Welcome to the field, Blue Team. This is a standard capture the flag game, best of 1. Your Lemonscape site codes display your health. Let it fall too far, and you shall be disqualified for the rest of the match. You should also note that your ammunition is limited. Use it wisely. As Akira and Misaki split towards our base on the rooftop, Elizabeth motions me to a corner of the perimeter. Ooh, are we gonna make out? Stuff it! This is the way to the base. A quick glance at the minimap confirms her claim. When the game starts, we should go together, but cautiously. Isn't it better to attack from 2 different directions? Who's captain again? Oh, I see. You do want to make out. Stop it! The bloody gallivanting mug. Off your trolley. Stalking great ego. I can only grin at her as the intercom flickers to life. All players within their teams on the game will begin in 10 seconds. Cheerio to you, good chap. That's 8 seconds. I say, this ought to be a jolly good... I say, this ought to be a jolly good show. I don't think he meant that in a British accent, but anyway, that's 5 seconds. I'm right knackered. I am... Yama. You called, Your Highness? She pauses for a moment, clearly struggling to keep a hold of herself. Do you know why I put you on assault with me? To make me miserable? That's... because for some reason the tiniest part of me believed that you might actually be great at it. Her words freeze me to the ground. My mind runs blank. I can only stare at her in disbelief. 0 seconds. The match has begun. A high-toned bell rings through the room. Elizabeth turns her attention to the corridors. Let's go. She stalks to the courtyard. Even as I follow her, my thoughts are a jumble in my head. Great at it. Great at anything? How could I be great at anything? I can't even do anything mildly well. Great? And why would Elizabeth tell me so? The girl who hates my guts. The girls whose guts I hate. Why would she say that I could be great at something? Stop! She throws out her hand and collides with my chest, sending a rush of sparks up my spine. I quickly step back, shaking the feeling off. There, Yahiko Ikari. I turn to where she's pointing. Yahiko is seated on an artificial ledge, his gun on his lap. How foolish. He won't even be able to shoot back. Guess we better take care of him. I swiftly raise my gun, but Elizabeth slaps at my hand. Hold your gun properly. Excuse me, Your Highness. I didn't realize that laser tag had rules of combat. It can only help your accuracy, you know. She raises her own gun, her voice lowering to a concentrated whisper. Steady breathing, proper stance, and grip are important. But a good trigger pull is what can make it or break it. Her posture shifts carefully, as if gunning someone down was a common occasion. With laser-like focus, she finally moves her finger to the trigger. One sharp flick of the finger, the trigger clicks, and Yahiko immediately jolts up, hands flying to his goggles. Ow! Somebody shot me! That should have been a fatal shot. Laser tag would be really short with fatal shots. Oh, be useful and shoot something. I obligingly poke my gun out of the hole and fire blindly. Boom, boom, boom. Aha! There you are! Not what I had in mind. You have a mind? Shut up and run. We race through the obstacles as shots sound all around us. Finally, we find an out-of-the-way corner where we pause to catch our breaths. Right, we must have a new plan. Such as? Yahiko is the only person on defense, and we passed no intermediaries on our way here. Paired with Masato's personality, it's highly likely that 3 people are on assault. So Misaki will be overrun. They probably have the flag by now. Oddly enough, I can respect her at the moment. She seems to know what she's doing. Well, where does that leave us? Dots. We'll have to kill them on our way back. Akira, come in. What's your status? Dots. Akira! Dots again. Right. Their comms must have been shot before they could alert us. We're on our own, Yama. So what's the plan? You take the red flag and sprint back to our base as soon as possible. I'll hold them off while I can. But that's suicide. She draws her chin up and gestures to the entrance. Then it shall be a worthy sacrifice. Now go, and don't look back. Every passing second is a second wasted. How am I doing on time? I'm doing okay. The pulsing horrible of laser guns draw closer. I obligingly dive around the corner. That word is being used way too much, and I always mispronounce that. Around the corner and scoop the flag into my arm as Elizabeth screams, "Long live the resistance!" Maybe she's taking this a little too seriously. Well, I guess it's up to me to get the flag added to our base before Masato gets back to his. I sprint at full pace, winding through the simulated campus as I hear Elizabeth goading the other team into chasing her. With the flag in tow, I haphazardly make my way back to the base. I've only got so much time before Elizabeth is shot. I'm hit! Looks like Masato has actually left someone behind as guard. I swing around just in time to see a small figure diving behind cover. Crap, my health is at 50. At the very least, I've still got a few chances left. Admittedly, laser tag would be pretty boring if it followed a one-shot, one-kill system. My grip on the pistol tightens as I peer from my little refuge. I let out my aim so that if the guard emerges, I have a chance to take them down first. Oh jeez, I can't react fast enough. Neither of those shots hit when the guard darted from cover to cover. 4 shots left, and it feels like I couldn't hit them even if my gun was full. I'm down to 25% of my health, maybe 20 meters away from capturing the flag. After all of Elizabeth's hard-earned work too. Nah, screw it. I charge towards the back table, ignoring the danger behind me, standing around like that is just going to get me killed. I dive behind the nearest piece of cover as I hear my enemy's laser pistol blare to life. It's down to the wire now. Final chance, right? I stand up, blindly firing my remaining shots at the figure that's just a few feet away. The figure drops their gun in defeat as a dead icon pops over them. I'm dead. With that, Akiri places her gun on a nearby bench and pulls out a peach to munch on without a second thought. Apparently getting killed doesn't mean much. That was somewhat anticlimactic, especially given how lucky I was to have shot her despite me firing haphazardly. Beggars can't be choosers though. I promptly plant the red flag on our stand. It glows in response, and after a second of humming, clicks into place. A clear high tone brings the game to a close. Game over. Victory to Blue. The hell? Please exit the room. But I got the flag. Please stop arguing with an artificial voice and exit the room. Masato's grumbling is prominent, but I notice dark shapes converging at the exit. Guess I better follow them. It takes a few moments to adjust to the blinding sunlight. Still, everyone seems to be fairly happy. Everyone except Masato, of course. We're the rightful winners. Well, we would have been if someone didn't go on a wild goose chase instead of returning the flag. I was gonna, as soon as I caught up to the trash talker, I mean. Then you probably shouldn't complain. Amidst the commotion, I noticed that Elizabeth is strangely quiet. I was expecting her to gloat with her victory. Maybe toss in a few snappish, better than thou comments here or there. But she's just standing by the map, a faraway look in her eyes as her lips are pulled into a smile. Well, it couldn't be helped. We had the best leader, you know. I bet Yama took charge. Oh no, we were led to victory beneath the banner of the wise Elizabeth of Shiro. She came up with all those fancy tactics and everything. To everyone's surprise, Elizabeth blushes slightly and lowers her head. Really? Good job. Thank you. Somehow those simple words feel like more than a compliment. Yeah, let's keep going. I'll get my revenge. Oh, I'm counting on it. Thankfully, the conflict feels teasing rather than biting. I return to the map with a smile to pick out the next destination. Oh, that seems pretty simple. That was not bad. I was expecting something to happen with Elizabeth. Like every time I pick something, something's gonna happen with Rui, Elizabeth, Misaki, Akira, and possibly Eri. Like I get kissed on the cheeks from each of those girls, but I don't think so. That's just me, just panicking. But ugh. Okay, so I really can't save until I pick something else. Tech Showcase, Extreme Carousel. Extreme Carousel. I'm assuming it's how is that extreme? That's probably something else. I guess Extreme Carousel. Oh, Cap, do you see that? I look to where she's rapidly waving her arm and find myself staring at a little carousel. Yeah, it's a bit underwhelming. No, behind it. I look upward. Behind the kid-friendly circle of ponies is a much larger, much taller carousel, with its seats rising into the air, as it spins. And the seats are dragons. We can fly to the 7 seas and beyond, Cap. Who wouldn't want to do that? Probably someone afraid of heights, which no one in the group seems to be. Well, what are you guys' thoughts? Sounds great. You're exempt. You agree to everything Akira says. I so do not. I say we go for it. Trying new things is always a great idea. Doesn't look all that exciting to me, but I got worse. I get to have a dragon for a minion? I look to Ari and Elizabeth, but they only shrug. Great time to ride the spinning wheel of death. It's gotta be safer than a roller coaster, right? We trot briskly, a little too briskly for my taste, to the line, where Akira points excitedly at the carousel. Hey, Rui, do you see what I see? I look to where she's pointing. A couple seat, of course. I don't know what you're saying. Why, you and Cap should ride together, of course. Why would I want to ride with Yama? He's so fat. Excuse me? I'm sure she just meant to say that you're a big bone, Cap. That's definitely what surprised me. I honestly don't see anything of Yama's that can't be called fat. So unfair, he doesn't even exercise. I do! On occasion. Yeah, when all the planets align and the blue moon rises. He was fit as a bull when he was in track. You could be a real hotshot if you joined track again, Cap. And why would I do that? Good aim with firearms is important. She, didn't mean that kind of hotshot, Ari. Then what did she mean? Lieutenant chooses that moment to raise her the barrier. Rui snaps to attention with a grin that's a little too shiny. Oh boy, wow, guess it's time to go. We sure don't want to hold up the line. I really feel like stretching my legs, like elephant leg room, solo pod for me. I don't understand what you just said. Before anyone else in the group can blink, she immediately leaps into a one-person dragon seat and straps herself in. Behind her, floods of people push past us, struggling to secure the best spots. Clearly Rui hasn't watched enough dramas to know what happens when you defy fate. What happens? I have no clue. I haven't watched enough dramas either. You die. Murder. In cold blood. Oh, jeez. Right. You know, you and Rui are like really bad depth perception. You look like you're really close, but you're actually not. This might be a novel concept, but Rui and I are independent people. Sometimes we like to do things on our own. But why do something on your own when you could do it together? That sounds really unhealthy. Just because you can do something together doesn't mean you should. You strike me as the kind of person who doesn't like to ask for help, Cap. That's really random. Not really. See, there's the kind of people who would say just because you can do something alone doesn't mean you should. That means that they can't do anything on their own. I don't know if I read that last sentence correctly. Fuck it. Oh, I don't think it's that. What's the point of life if you've never affected other people? This conversation has taken an interesting turn. I lean in despite myself. What do you mean by that? Well, if you live as a hermit in the Alps and you don't do a single thing, then the world would be the exact same whether you live or die. So shouldn't you always be looking to affect other people? Interesting. The crazy Akira has thoughts like these. You can end up having a negative impact, so no, not really. Think about the difference of impact between Stalin versus, I don't know, some random citizen who buys a homeless guy some coffee. But either way, Cap, that random citizen was still affecting humanity. Doing everything alone seems lonely. I pause at that. Yes, it really does. Hey, you two might want to hurry up before all the seats are taken. We're on it, Your Highness. But when I look up, I notice that all of the solo spaces are occupied, leaving only couple vehicles. Well, this should be pretty simple. Akira and I ride together, negating the risk of putting up with some idiot stranger. Akira, which one do you want? We're boarding together? What, you'd rather be with a stranger? I always enjoy the opportunity to make someone's day a little more surreal. Usually, I'd leave her, but something about her seems unusually fidgety. Come on, I'm not putting up with some random kid who'll barf all over me. I hook my arm around hers and pull her into the nearest two-seater. A nice golden dragon with overly long lashes to make it look distinctively feminine. She promptly sits down, face completely blank and I strap the seatbelt over us. She doesn't say a single word, even when I'm done prepping the vehicle. What's wrong? Well, on the contrary, what's right? Pardon? Nothing. She turns her head and stares resolutely out the window so I can't see her face. I wait for her to start some random conversation, but she says nothing. Akira. No response. The attendant drops by our car and closes the door. She takes one look at Akira, one look at me, and raises an eyebrow. Girlfriend mad? She seems to be saying. I try to shake my hands in a universal no, this is not my girlfriend, but she seems to take it as I swear I didn't do anything wrong, and she only shakes her head as she walks away. Wow. Did I make Akira mad? Akira, are you mad? No. Oh, okay. More silence. Another attendant's voice drones on as the beginning procedure of the ride. Still nothing from Akira. So, how's life? No response. Akira might as well have turned into stone. The ride starts up in a cranky whirl and our vehicle begins to pick up speed, rising into the air. We ascend for a few moments, stopping at a nice intermediate point around 10 feet off the ground. Having fun? Still nothing. What's going on? I'm running out of time, so I gotta pick this. I'll continue this going on. We're in a ride with Akira, and we'll pick this up at another time. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give this video a thumbs up. It'll help me out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. Share this video with friends. Until next time, see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone. So, looking at the window. Something's out there. I don't want to stay by that window. Oh!